This I would request our chief guest, Arvind Agarwalla ji, for his keynote address, which is PEEP into Digital Future 4.0. So, sir, request you to please join us.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. Tarun ji, Sanjeev ji, Sumit ji, all of you, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you what I have learned over the past 36 years. If I make a mistake, please apologies in advance. Give me a second, please. As I was listening very intently to Sanjeev ji, I caught on to the word analytics. At Fact Software, we want to own the term data analytics. And as I go through my presentation, you will understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. So let me just begin by saying that we at Fact Software are at the forefront of adopting and adapting Digital 4.0. And the next question that would beg us is, what is Digital 4.0? Exponentially different from the earlier three, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. 3.0 we are more familiar with. We know about 1.0 steam engine and all the rest of it. But when we look at 3.0, it was all about automation. Where are we going and at what speed are we moving ahead? It is not in the future. May I remind you, it is here and now, and I'll show you what I mean by this. This is a 800-pound gorilla. It is an integrated self-learning intelligence system. When you bring in intelligence, and I will also show to you what I mean by intelligence, and it is powered by large and real-time data. Large data means we're talking about gigabytes of data, terabytes of data. Now, if you look at any of your clients, okay, you're not talking about 2, 3, 5,000, 10,000 transactions anymore. You're talking about very, very large transactions. These transactions have to be crunched. Meaningful reports have to come out of it. You have to talk about predicting what is going to happen. And this cannot happen in isolation on looking at this quarter and the last quarter. We have to go back several years. Now, when you add the ingredients of AI and ultra high-speed connectivity, you know what we have in our hands right now is what we would call a supercomputer some years ago. We can literally run our entire lives on this device. In fact, I'm going to connect to the hotspot here because I'm told there's no Wi-Fi. So can you imagine, I'm going to connect to the hotspot on a handheld device and actually give you a presentation. And this is truly disruptive technology. In the words of Eric Schmidt, just 9 days ago, a mere 9 days ago, and if anyone doesn't know who Eric Schmidt is, he is the former head of Google, AGI and ASI, Artificial General Intelligence and Artificial Superintelligence. As of today, he says 10 to 20% of the code is generated by computers. And in technical terms, we call it recursive self-improvement. But it's only 10 to 20%. Some of you might even say, oh my God, this is a huge lot. But this is just the beginning. These are baby steps. Within 1 year, imagine a graduate level mathematician will be at the top of a graduate math program. In just 1 year from now, 365 days and ticking. Within 3 to 5 years, AGI, which is Artificial General Intelligence, will produce the equivalent of the smartest mathematician, physicist, artist, writer, thinker, politician, which means you will have in your pocket the smartest person from any field or any discipline. 3 to 5 years, not very far. And after 5 years, when ASI kicks in, the computers will do what is called self-improvement. No human help required. The computers are going to learn by themselves the mistakes they're making and keep on making it better and better and better. I'm sure most of us have seen those science fiction movies, right? Where the computer takes over the world, where the computer starts to actually outguess the human being. We're talking about something similar happening just a mere 5 years from now. count the number of days, it's not very far. I believe that all the people who believe in this live in San Francisco. We know all the good stuff happens out of the valley. That's why they call the San Francisco consensus. They believe that this is going to happen just because of scaling. We are not even talking about some new technology breakthrough. The scale at which things are becoming bigger, the scale at which the computing power is going up. Do you know, anyone can guess what is the cost of a 1 TB NVMe, which is the fastest hard disk available today, which you can install on your desktop? Can anyone guess what the price in India today is? It's less than a dinner. It's 6,000 rupees. 1 terabyte. So don't go after what you pay when you buy a 1 TB iPhone, because Apple makes a ton of money on that. We're talking about tariffs, right? The cost of production that Apple pays to the supplier in China is only $40. It doesn't matter whether the tariff is 100% or it is 10%. But look at the price the speed at which the costs are coming down and the power is increasing. Now, this path is not understood in our society, and that is the reason why it is so underhyped. And when people do not understand that you can have intelligence at this level, which is going to be largely free. We're not even talking about paying for this kind of intelligence. So the big question, is the accountant relevant anymore? Let me make a prediction. Even though I'm not a soothsayer, the sun is setting on the accountant. Whether we want to accept it or we don't want to accept it, that's our choice. Enter the data analyst. And that's why, Sanjeev Bhaiya, I was so intrigued by you mentioning analytics. I see in the next 6 to 12 months, companies will stop hiring accountants. I've been speaking with the heads of BCom syllabuses in India, in Nepal, also in Singapore and Malaysia. If we don't change our syllabus and we don't embed technology in it, and we don't bring analytics as a major component of our teaching, we are doing a huge disservice to the BCom students, the BBA students. And I will enlarge this to the professional bodies also as I go along. The moment the accountant becomes a data analyst, he gets a seat at the table. We've heard many, many times CFOs have become CEOs and all the rest of it. But can you imagine the kind of movement that Sanjeev Bhaiya was talking about right now? The entire accounting profession, especially the CA profession, you own that domain. But without technology, we are doing a disfavor to the entire profession and downstream to the entire accounting and finance professionals. I'm not a soothsayer, I'm just sharing my experience with you. And when I give you a couple of examples and I show you a couple of things in my software, you will understand why I'm saying this. Can anyone tell me, for any of your own firms or your clients, can you take the last 10 years reports on the same screen with no export to Excel and no data massaging? As a matter of general normal course? Doubt it. If I can't look into the past, I cannot do predictive analytics. I need to see how my company has been performing, and only then can I do my prediction into the future. But to analyze 10 years of data, I'm jumping into 10 different buckets. I'm exporting them to Excel, then I'm doing data massaging. By the time I've got the reports, I've forgotten why I asked for the reports. What about the trusted CA? Your clients, like it or not, are looking at you for the path forward. They don't really know how to navigate this minefield. And you are entering into the realm of the unknown, fortunately or unfortunately. I think the big question here is, do you want to embrace technology and move ahead with times? Do you want to stay ahead of the game? And if you wish to do this, you need to bring tech at the root. And I'm very grateful for the Digital 4.0 session, because at least it is bringing it to the front. Now, if you look at the previous slide, which is whether the accountant is relevant anymore, your responsibility becomes many-fold now. Let me share something with you. Reports are coming at lightning fast speeds. My company has released 3 months ago a technology which is not available with any other company in the world. I will give you a small demonstration. With lightning fast reports, and the spinner is not spinning, and you don't need an accountant to generate reports for you, or if you need to query something, CEOs are logging into our software themselves. Huge shift. The velocity of decision making is moving so fast you cannot even imagine, which is leading the organizations to transform rapidly. It is no longer Mukesh ji, ye report bana ke laiye, or Mukherjee, I want this, or Verma, I need this. By the time those reports have come to you at 4:30 p.m., you're actually scratching your head as to why you asked for the report. And sometimes we have to go into an iterative mode. We have to ask more questions before we can take a decision. What is the net result? Response times are shrinking, real time. If you don't have information on a real-time basis, but your competitor does, you are history. I'm talking about your clients, and they are looking at you for a solution. Next. You have thousands, you meaning, again, I'm talking about your clients, you have thousands and thousands of documents. You have PDF, Word, Excel, TXT, CSV. If you have written an auditor's report and you wrote a note on subvention, and 3 years later you're looking for that note because you need to qualify someone's accounts again, you don't know whether it's someone's email, Gmail, OneDrive, G Drive, F Drive, and then you spend hours trying to look for it. If you can't find it, you rewrite it. If you've already written it once, if I could give you that document within 2 seconds, imagine the speed at which your firms will progress. And this is only representative of what you can do with your clients. Imagine a document vault with unlimited storage, where you can instantly search the contents, which means that there's no guessing now. If I needed that one piece of information, whether it's something as simple as I have an air conditioner, I'm searched for the serial number, I should get the purchase invoice. Or it should be an insurance policy. Or it could be a note on subvention, or anything at all. The decision making, again, goes at warp speed. You see, there's a common theme in it. And if you could make sense of unstructured data, I will give you a demonstration, I won't talk about much, which means that we are entering into the dawn, a new era in data mining. We've heard a lot about data mining. What about a practical solution? Which means for companies, it's about cross-selling, it's about upselling, it's about doing things that one could not even imagine before. Do I need to talk about this? Manual entry is history. And you will ask me, how is that possible? What if I demonstrated to you that your vendor invoices, which all come in PDF, right, from your CESC, the electricity company, the Vodafone, and whatever, the Airtels, any of the suppliers. Imagine if you click a button with 100% accuracy, in less than a minute, it actually makes the entry into your ERP and attaches this to the entry. What do you think is going to happen to the accounts payable people? Will they lose jobs or what? Time for us to look at that, which is happening right around the corner as I speak. Reskill these people, retrain these people, turn them into data analysts. Their starting pay goes up by 50%. And what is making this possible? It is a very simple, when I show it to you, it will look like magic, but it's a very simple deployment of AI which deciphers this invoice and makes sense of the data. So I'm talking about a practical application. I mentioned to you about multi-year reports. Imagine looking at the customer ledger of 10 years of a customer. In my company, the Indian company, we have 36 years of operation. I look at one screen with 36 years of data. I can tell a customer 31 years ago which check number they gave me. and it happens in less than 2 seconds. This is not 2 minutes, this is not a spinner, this is not taking time. So if I was to just go back, this is the basis. This is the basis, ultra high connectivity, very dependable, on-tap connectivity, which means what is happening now is devices are talking with each other. Systems are talking with each other. There is no export to Excel and import from there. It's all happening seamlessly. So, something which is going to hit you people hard. All of you, I think most of you, including Tarunji, you make a lot of money on GST reconciliation and GST filing. Short-term pain, yes. Long-term gain, a lot. I will demonstrate to you how GST reconciliation happens completely, instantaneously, and automatically, including emails to your mismatched vendors at the click of a button. Sounds a little scary, right? I'm not here to scare you. But by the time I finish my presentation, if all of you are scared, I would have done a great job. Okay? How about instant TDS reconciliation, the reverse? Mismatched customers, 26 AS. How would you like to see 26 AS being imported into the ERP and gives you the mismatches within a minute? Not possible, right? I know all of you think I'm a magician. I look like PC Sarkar, right? Yeah? But I'm going to actually show this to you. How is all this happening? When you have ultra high speed dependable connectivity, can you imagine? I have 2 chips here, one eSIM, one physical SIM. The eSIM is from Airtel. I need that for OTPs. All of us know that. And then I have my physical SIM for Singapore. And when I go traveling, Malaysia, US, Europe, I have data roaming. So both of them are active. I just turn the voice, I switch when I come to India. Which means you don't even have to swap SIMs anymore. I can put up to 6 eSIMs here, and I can swap it anytime by just tapping on the screen. So if you imagine you have ultra high connectivity, and we haven't even seen the ultra high connectivity yet, ultra high speed. We're just talking about patchy 5G. Imagine 6G. Imagine you are watching a movie which gets downloaded in a couple of seconds. Okay, this is all happening as I speak with you. So imagine if you're running a restaurant, you have point of sale. I'll give you an example. Chili's restaurant, have you heard of? Mexican restaurant? So Chili's franchisee in Malaysia, 24 restaurants, they've been using our software for 25 years. From their point of sale, 14 point of sale, the data comes inside FACT. At the click of a button, they have outlet-wise profitability. No human intervention. NBFC, you have a loan management system, an LMS, again connects back via API with our system. Freight management systems, dedicated front end, FACT at the back. Warehouse management systems, and bank portals. So you can download the MT940, you can do the reconciliation immediately, you can actually send your payments via the system, and also collections. And how do we do this? We have something called a CXO control tower. Very proud to say it's inspired by the Marwari Padta system. One page, I want to see everything. Imagine running your company through one single screen. So this is digital 4.0, not happening tomorrow and day after, it's happening today. 3D modeling of your data, drill down to transaction, document vault I spoke about, and we go beyond ERP. Some of you whom I've given my card to, if you flip my card, it says, FACT, go beyond ERP. Entire operation of a company, our vision is it's going to happen in one system. Single source of truth. Imagine if the data touches your manual hand second, third, fourth time. Monday morning meeting, the accounts, finance, operations, sales, purchase, everyone's reports are mismatched. Guess which report is sacrosanct? The fellow who can shout the loudest, who can thump the table the loudest. His data is correct, everyone else is wrong. Which means we don't even know whether we are taking decisions on correct data. What is the future? As I mentioned to you, embed technology into the BCom and BBA syllabuses. If we don't teach them right from the time they're in school and college, you expect them to learn, an old dog to learn new tricks? A little doubtful. Joint seminars, for example, this one, with professional bodies in technology, because technology is at the heart of the operations today. Turning accountants into data analysts, I spoke about that. And it is your responsibility to shepherd the corporations into the future. They really have very little idea. Very, very few corporations have this knowledge. And the collaboration between the CA community and technology. So I think I'm done with this. I'm going to show you a brief demonstration. I'll be very happy to take questions after that. So, can you just give me a minute, please? All right. Let me give you some demonstrations of what I spoke about so you would kind of believe what I'm saying. Any B2B company doing 10,000 invoices a year is a decent sized company. So about 10 line items per invoice, 100,000 line items coming from multiple tables. An invoice register, I'm told, is going to take between 10 to 40 minutes. That's 100,000 lines. Now, imagine if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, you can't see it, I'll tell you how many it is. It is 6.6 million lines. Not 100,000, 6.6 million lines, and the time taken was 0.98 seconds. You think that's possible? And guess what? This data is 150 GB sitting on a 1 lakh rupee desktop in our office in Calcutta. I'm accessing this over a hotspot, over Wi-Fi, over a public IP, as you can see, 202 dot. This is not the end of it. If I go and search a filter on Sunny, the data size is 7,000 lines. And if I do a second filter on the customer name, it's down to 2,000 lines. Before you could blink, the report has been generated and filtered. I'm back to my 6.6 million lines now. Now, if I take the customer code and make it into a group, and I open this EJV, you see this, how quickly it came? And if I take this customer invoice, you see the speed at which it came? This is coming over Wi-Fi from a 1 lakh rupee desktop. This is not an AWS server. This is not an Azure server. You can see the invoice, including the warehouse code. You can see as well the accounting entry. If I click on the 100% paid, it tells me the connected document. This is the customer receipt. If I click on the customer receipt, it says it 100% adjusted against this invoice. This is the speed at which you are getting the reports, and you're able to drill down to transaction. If you want to see the supporting document, this is the proof of delivery. In my company, I do not speak with any human being for any report. We operate in 5 countries: India, Singapore, Malaysia, Nepal, and Philippines. I do not speak with anyone in the company. I get all my reports within 2 to 3 minutes, whichever part of the world I may be in. I can actually access my company's reports for the entire period of 36 or 31 or 32 years right from here. Now, if you look at this report of 6.6 million lines, do you think any of your clients would have this kind of data? Have you ever experienced this kind of speeds? No. Are all of you ready to write a review for our software now? Yes? All right, let me go further. Let me show you some more magic. I go into a company where I have some data I'm familiar with. So, can you see this? This is my Parta. This is what we call the CXO control tower. What can I get out of here? Number one, Do you see something very interesting here? 2 years and 5 years. I click on this. This is my 5 years data, sales of 9.25 crores. Hong Kong Computer gave me 70% of the business. Don't acquire a new customer, you're in trouble. You want to see what I sold to them, I can just click here. Or I can go and see salesmen. So Tom Cruise, my star salesman, is 3/4 of my business. What did he sell? All the underlying documents. Now, you lose Tom Cruise, you're in trouble, right? What if I wanted to see my customer aging? The customer aging comes here. Number one, I can age all the documents. Number two, you don't have to do 30, 60, 90, you set your own intervals. If I take the customer name here, make a group, I can see all the big numbers. I open this and I can see all the details and I can drill down. This is not in the future. Our users, our clients around the world are already using this. This is decision making at warp speed. Okay? Now, if I go back here, look at the beauty. Do you see here? This is 5 years data. This is year-wise, quarter-wise, month-wise. Can you see your 5-year chart instantaneously? Now you're saying that, oh, this is not good enough for me. I just want to see this for the reflector division. You have 5 BUs in the company. This is your reflector division, month-wise. You say, no, I don't want this. I want to see, look at the analytics now. I want to see all my sales in Kolkata. I tag all, I regenerate it. My sales in Kolkata have fallen. I want to change the query again. This time it is not about the city, this time it is about the country, and I do India, I tag all, and there you go. This is how my performance has been in India, and if I click here, I can see all the invoices for this month. This is not the future. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask you to indulge me for another minute. We often have a query, right? I want to search for Austria. Purchase invoices, number 77, and you can see here, made in Austria. This has done a Google-like search in every field that you have entered data in, at the masters, at the line item, at the terms, and it shows you the document. Now, guess what? You're selling a product called cabinet. Less than 2 seconds, it shows you everywhere, in every single document or every single master, that the word cabinet appears. You want to look at it in the sale orders, and you just want to come here and filter on 12030, and there you have cabinet. You can also see it was approved by so-and-so on this date and this time. You want to see all the connected documents, you can see that. Now, can you imagine that you don't need to spend more than 1 or 2 seconds to locate the document or documents that you wanted to see, and you carry on with the next decision. You want to see the profit loss account. Click here, month-wise profit loss account. You want to display the budget, you want to see the variance, you want to turn this off, and you want to search for airfare. Airfare is 6,500. You click this and you go down to the transaction. What about analyzing travel? You can see the bar charts for 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, instantaneously. And I can just go here and move this and see less or see more. You also have your area chart, if you wished. Now you're saying, hey, 1 lakh, 5 lakhs 38, not possible. Next question, who spent the money? I go into employee, I see Ajay, Anil. Tom has spent 4 lakhs 25, I want to see that. You can go here, drill down into the transaction, see the next, or go back. You know he's been going to Japan a lot. I go to Japan, 39,000. I remove this. I go back, and now your query is you want to see this only for one division, which is the reflector division, and you want to see reflector division is 1,65,000, and Thomas spent 1,53,000, drill down into the transaction. Now you change your query again, and you say, hey, I want to see all the divisions, but I don't want to see it broken by employee, and you click on this, division number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and total. What is this 3,25,000? I go inside. Look at the speed at which things are happening. In less than 1 minute, you did a forensic audit of your travel expenses across people, across departments, across divisions. You saw all the details, and your job is over. You have a customer called Abacus. Immediately you see the customer card. You also see all the credit application form, the bank guarantee, whatever else you wanted to keep with the customer. You see 4 years or 5 years data here. I can come here and I can move this. And I can see 45% of the business came in the last month. If I wanted to see this in a larger format, I want to see what product they bought. These are the products they bought from me. I come here, Cabinet 1 gave me quarter of the business. They are in India, sales to India is 157. They are in Pune, sales in Pune is this. And they're also part of the Tata Group, that sales in Tata Group is this. And who sold to them? So Sana Khan is the key account manager. She sold the bulk. And when she was on leave, the other people stepped in. Can you imagine looking at the entire 5 years or 10 years customer ledger at one shot? And if I wanted to see a 2022 invoice, there it is. So before I wrap this up, let me show you what we call document vault. I search for Sana. She is my employee. I can come here, I can see her Aadhaar card. I can see her university certificate. I can see her passport. I search for Jet. What are these contract notes doing here? I open this, and you can see Jet Airways. We have uploaded the documents, it has parsed the data, indexed it, and made the contents searchable. So if I was to go and look at the keywords library, tenancy appears in 4 documents. And I can open this, and I can see all the documents that I've uploaded. The moment you have uploaded the documents, all this becomes searchable instantaneously. And I will show you one magic. So take a look at this. On the left, does it look like an invoice from the electric company? This is scanning it via AI, making sense of the data, removed all the garbage, and see, CESC, and if I say save and view, it has saved it all the way to my office in Park Circus. The invoice has been uploaded, and the entry has been done including the accounting entry. We are releasing this feature in 2 months' time. Imagine taking all your vendor invoices and just going and uploading it in the software. Again, there's an element of AI in it. So, very happy to show you all the stuff that I've done. Last point, magic box. What is this? You can create your own reports in less than a minute. You can turn the growth line off. You can see this quarterly. You can see this monthly. You can actually drill down into any one of them and see the underlying transactions. When reports come to you at this speed, you actually are in complete control. I cannot show you this. This is our AI module, which is coming out in 3 months' time. I've been given the slip for 2 minutes. I've finished on time. If you have any questions, if I have time, I'm happy to answer it. Otherwise, we can do it at tea time. Yes? We are open to questions. Any questions? Yes, ma'am. Of course. No free lunch, no free dinner.
As a performance-wise, as a software, it's very easy, very comfortable I feel, as because the sense is important, as in technology part. So, as you are deliberating your speech, we enjoyed a lot, but using it, I think, very difficult from my side, sir.
Well, when there's new technologies out there, obviously there's an adoption phase. ERP, the entry barrier is very high. To change your accounting or ERP software is not a small decision, not an easy one. I'm just trying to show to you, ultimately, you do not bring technology in, you are in big trouble.
That's why I attended number of seminars, but look-wise, after back to home, it's very difficult to apply.
Well, I think it's going to be very difficult for you to go and use the other software now.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Amazing demonstration, sir. Thank you for opening our eyes to what is possible and what not. One key question that I am facing, that I have over here right now, is that most ERPs work on the concept of garbage in, garbage out. Whenever data is input by a person manually, there is scope for error over there. Like you had shown the demonstration that how that purchase invoice was directly fed into the system just via uploading it onto the drive or into the system itself. That does not eliminate any manual intervention, or whenever there's manual intervention involved during the data entry part, are there inbuilt controls or are there any manual overrides onto it?
Yes, what I just showed to you is 100% error-free because the system is doing it. But if there are entries being done manually, for example, we have the online maker checker, 1 level, 2 levels, 3 levels. So people will vet it before you send the invoice out or before you send the goods out. Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience.